Curtis, DIYer.
DIYers. Oh, I know most of you that are here right now probably don't have a good memory of the time that I spent doing producer content exclusively. If you go further down on this channel, you'll see I dedicated my entire channel to the things that producers were going through, mostly mental health. But then at some point, it started to get into the controversial space. The more that people, for whatever reason, decided to attack me. And I did one producer video, probably the first one in like 2 years. And damn it, chaos ensued this week.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I can't take all the blame, but for some reason, when I amplify things, people have a need to make me involved in this, and it just gets amplified. Brother. Anyway, shout out to my dog Weaver Beats. He did a follow-up video. So if you remember last week, he did a video exposing a company called Openbeat.ai that talked about using AI in an ethical way, but didn't produce sufficient evidence. He's going to kind of run back through some of the details, but this last week, apologies went left and right, and you're going to kind of get an idea of it. We'll react to it right now.
Since my video dropped, we've had quite a few developments. One apology video, one non-apology video, one non-apology stream, an AI slop video, a public statement, a fake cease and desist, and a call to mass report my video.
And that was just in a week. Yeah.
I'll be going over all of these today, as well as any responses I may have. For those of you who want a crumb of context, I released a video 5 days ago exposing OpenBeatAi's scam. It's a video talking about how a company named OpenBeatAi misled the music producer YouTube community. They are a generative AI music platform that claimed to be ethically trained. That is the key part here, ethically trained, meaning they did not train their algorithm on copyrighted music without people's consent. In this video, I also discussed undisclosed ads, as well as the videos created by YouTubers promoting this service. If you want more information on this topic, I suggest you watch the video. It'll be linked at the top of the description, as well as everything I talk about today, if there's a link to it still.
So, if you need context, I'll also react to that video. So there was more than one issue. Part of the issue was, of course, the unethical use of AI, which I wish people would stop conflating two different subject matters. The moment you start talking about unethical use of AI is the first moment people say, but what about sampling? What about the AI that's in plugins? What about that? Don't do that. There's a difference between ethical use of AI and plagiarism. It's not that complex. Those are two different worlds. So let's not conflate them so that you can get your plagiarism off.
The same day this video had come out, OpenBeatAi posted what I think may be the worst response ever posted to YouTube. It was an AI slop generated response. Featuring me, I was in the video. You wouldn't know it though, because in every scene it looks like a different fucking person.
So he released a video exposing a company that is actively taking subscriptions from customers, that is out here doing business like other companies. And with business, because you have entities like the Better Business Bureau, there's a certain expectation that we as customers have of professionalism and transparency. Okay? Do we get that from every company? No. Is it naive to think that we're going to? Absolutely. But this AI company that got accused of unethical use of AI generated music, right? And then also had a confusion with the APIs and who they're actually sourcing their machine learning from, it being namely Suno, who we've talked about. That would be a time that you want to educate the general public and not act like an irrational teenager, right?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
If you're a tech bro, you're a tech company, you're part of the people who are supposed to be easing the worries and concerns of the general public, because they're seeing their jobs get replaced at a record pace. Some people are seeing their creativity be messed around with. I myself am so pissed off at Splice for the way that they've poisoned their own library with AI vocals. It is horrendous. I'll do another video on that entirely. But the first thing you expect is a bit of professionalism and patience since you're doing business. Am I correct? No, they released a sloppy AI video that shows him in 16 different versions of a white man.
None of which even look like me to begin with. And after watching this video, I think the point of the video was... Honestly, I don't know what the point of the video was. I don't think they even knew what the point of the video was. It seemed like they were trying to imply that they use developer APIs and there's nothing wrong with it. You know, the problem here being that they're using API.
Is that supposed to be this white man? I know that ain't supposed to be Weaver Beats, my Hawaiian homie.
Box, which a quick Google will show you, API box utilizes Suno v4 and Suno 3.5 apparently.
So if you thought that you as a producer using Openbeat.ai was you protesting against Suno because you thought this was more ethical, you're actually still using a version of Suno. It shows here that part of the DNA of their product is Suno.
So I don't know if they had no idea what the tools were that they were using or if they're lying further. It's honestly impossible to tell at this point. They also implied that these were conspiracy theories, even though we literally proved it in the video multiple times. Then they did this.
Hey, what is it about this AI slop? AI is lazy as hell. Hear me out. Hear me out. AI is so lazy.
Tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It can't be I feel like the videos be like, what you say you want? All right, so you want to be a human being that's in a studio and there's a bunch of robots dancing. Shit, fuck it. Why don't we just throw random text on the wall? All right, I'm done. The company released this as a response to being exposed. Tell me that doesn't read like guilt. This is the problem that we have with the tech bros. Is their first response is to do this? Like, I know they're taking a note. Whoever's behind the marketing of this, I know they're taking a note from Timbaland in a way that he gaslit and further burned the flames or further ignited the flames of controversy. But that was a bad example. That was bad in its own self, objectively bad. This is a company accepting money from human beings acting like this, like a irrational teenager.
Yeah, I want to throw up too. They must have realized it made them look insane because they deleted it within a few hours. If only they had the sense to not post it in the first place.
Wow.
Next, we're going to talk about their public statement. What is that? Oh, they deleted that too?
No.
Oh, okay. So within a few days, they
deleted the first two responses was a troll video and a press release that had a little bit more dignity in it, I guess. And they deleted that too. Who the fuck is running things over there? Dennis the Menace?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell
Who is running the operations over there? Just let anybody just run a tech company now, huh?
posted a video to their YouTube channel. What is that you say? They posted a document in video format? Yeah, I've never seen anyone do this before either. Still at this point, the document has not been posted to their website, and as far as I know, they have not posted it out via email either. It turns out they actually deleted it. They actually deleted the document off their YouTube channel too. I'm gonna give you the quick highlights here. Transparency is their core value apparently, which is why they wrote it was ethically trained when it was not. They state they should communicate more openly about how their terms and conditions and technology work. They state that they use third-party APIs, but they do not state which ones. They stated they will be removing the APIs, updating their terms and conditions, and they will be
Wait a minute, but didn't they say that the APIs were kosher? They said the APIs were cool. Now they'll be removing the APIs? They trolled him in the video saying he doesn't know how APIs work, yet they're changing the very thing that he critiqued. Is that not an admission of guilt? I know y'all not saying you don't know who Dennis the Menace is. Wow. You uncultured long shot KDB. You should be ashamed of yourself. Dennis! Mr. Wilson!
Moving the phrase ethically trained from their website. The transition will be completed by December 20th. That's actually very soon. Ethically trained AI takes a lot of time. Any music generated using their third-party APIs will be removed as well. They state the responsibility is 100% on OpenBeat and not the creators. While this is true, it's also on the creators a bit to not promote sketchy-looking websites.
Hello. You want to know why this channel does not accept any sponsorships? You want to know why there's an somebody today sent me an email about a sponsorship. Mind you, I have pages and pages and pages of sponsors responding multiple times like, hey, did you get my email? Hey, did you want to? Hey, we got this AI. Hey, so much AI that I am sick. I want to hear from Allen Iverson first. I don't want to hear from none of these people. Anyways, this person hit me up today and spelled my name with one S and said, are you allergic to money or something? LOL. And I said in the message, I said, are you allergic to spelling my name with two S's?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell
You baby back bitch you. I didn't say that, but that's what I thought. You baby back bitch you. Baby, I got my chilies. Like the audacity, the caucasity of some of these people. They think because they have the money, they can just get it anywhere they want to. No, it is my responsibility to protect the DIYers that come and trust my content. They trust my point of view. It is up to me to make sure that I vet as strongly as possible any company that says, hey, I want to advertise in front of your folks. I've had alcohol companies and I said, nah. I got some people that are dealing with, that are fighting through sobriety. It's called integrity. Nothing too big, just called integrity. So, yeah, the responsibility does fall on the creators for not doing your due diligence. But I know that the producer space has been, it's been going in a direction.
And from day one, this was a very sketchy looking website. Before I had even put together the first video, there was not a section explaining their AI training process. This only showed up a few days before I had started on my video. I did not know this at the time, but I learned it after I had posted my video. And they also apologized to the community as well as any creators that were involved. Now, since then, they have deleted this document. What does this mean exactly? I'm not sure. Are they deleting it because they changed their mind?
I think they got it to a lawyer. I think Weaver, I think they put that together on ChatGPT and then somebody said, we might want to run this by an actual lawyer. Yeah, you get that new ChatGPT update, it don't do legal advice no more. Oh shit, for real? Hey, take that shit down. Oh my God. This is ran by Gomer Powell.
This is why you do not delete.
That's another reference for you ain't gonna get.
Apologies, because nobody knows what to make of your actions anymore at that point. Now, people should have known from the beginning that this product was a scam. It takes somewhere between 100,000 and 1 million songs in order to train a generative AI music algorithm, which I don't see how they're going to obtain in the next few weeks. Maybe that's why they deleted the document. They realized what they were saying was impossible to actually do. Another thing, I've noticed quite a few comments in different videos, my YouTube channel, pretty much everywhere that you would see OpenBeatAi stating that they're asking for refunds and they're not getting it. Now, is it
people are asking for refunds, but they're too busy making AI troll videos?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Isn't it so crazy how much they try to criticize hip hop's lack of professionalism and these tech bros are moving around like those rules don't apply to them? They talk about the unprofessionalism of independent artists and DIYers, yet these rules don't apply to them. Thank you for saying that. This is a great resource here. Wayback Machine is forever. It will rewind any website to its original form or to its prior forms, and you can access that for a reason. It needs to exist for a reason. But these folks, man, instead of refunding their customers, they're too busy having somebody in their code a trolling response. If this doesn't tell you the recklessness and the immaturity that you are trusting in and putting your, I can't imagine paying these people. Nah.
It's intentional? I don't know. It's up for you to decide. I'm just here to relay you the information. Okay, OpenBeat response 15. As I was editing this video, I've been editing this for days because people keep doing shit. If everyone could just stop doing shit for a little bit so I can get this video out, that'd be nice. OpenBeat released a 40-minute response video.
Is that the owner? So you mean to tell me whoever this gentleman is, has made the business decision to, instead of make this 40-minute video to dispel some of the concerns which any business would want to do for their customers that have doubt, instead of doing this first, you release a troll AI video. Then you put up an apology that you then remove. Then you let the producers who you sponsored take all the arrows in public while you played this charade in this game. Let them take all the arrows. That sounds like Suno to me, ladies and gentlemen.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna
What
tell
do
it.
all of these companies have in common? They keep using black faces, are faces of minorities, to take all the ethical questions about AI. They keep taking the bullets, the arrows, before the people who actually made and coded the technology. This is another reason why you have to be very selective how you align your brand to them, because the truth of the matter is, if their name's on it, they can just go bankrupt and go start another company. If you are stuck with that, your brand's there forever. If Curtis King's name is on that, I'm a part of, hey, wasn't you part of that OpenBeatAi scam? Forever, because we have personal brands.
That says absolutely nothing. It says absolutely nothing. It's a bunch of rambling, and the video is literally crooked. It's probably one of the most crooked videos.
This man didn't even take enough time to straighten his tripod. Sir, you are addressing something that could be the very end. You are addressing something that could be the end of the momentum of a startup company. This is a very important time where you're building community, and you are moving around so carelessly that you can't even prop the camera up straight. How do you even get this angle? How does one get this Dutch angle? This feels like MTV in the, like it's figuratively crooked. You don't want the angle to be crooked. That's crazy.
Videos I've ever seen on YouTube. It's like a 30-degree angle or something. Watch real quick as I fix it here in Premiere in 10 seconds. Basically, this video says nothing, and all I'm coming to learn at this point is that this conversation is becoming incredibly convoluted and muddy. It's going nowhere. People are losing focus of what the original issue was, which was the fact that they stated they were an ethically trained AI platform, and they are not, and that their API utilizes Suno, okay? And spoiler alert, it still does. They didn't state what they plan to do about it, or they did, but they deleted it. So we don't even know what's going on at this point. Like,
I don't think they know what's going on either.
Busy is starting this like beef with them or something, and all this shit doesn't matter, okay? The only thing that matters is them doing what they said they were going to do or fucking off. I feel like Busy thinks he's doing something noble right now, and he kind of is in some ways by giving them like an ultimatum and all this stuff. But the thing is,
this name that you hear, Busy, has been a YouTuber who has tried his best to get my attention. He's tried his best to attack my brand at every corner. He's tried to poke holes in my credibility. He has harassed my business and partners of mine through his own annoying ways. I got screenshots, so there is no slander. I got screenshots of him literally telling his Discord to come harass me because I am live streaming. Not because I'm talking about him, but merely because I'm live streaming. And he is now trying to play the moral high ground here when he himself has been part of the rollout of that AI video that you saw earlier. He posted it himself, according to some of the folks that I've been in contact with. So he's now saying, I demand an apology from these people. I demand they give some transparency, because he's seeing the tide changing in the producer community, and they're looking at him a little different under the lens. This gentleman has tried to. He is a whole weirdo. It is so weird. My wife has looked at him and said, why is that man so obsessed with you? And I feel like he has more photos in his phone than I do, is what my wife said.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
But you see how many times I haven't talked about him. All gloves are off now. Continue.
Convoluting this conversation way too much. We just need to solve the issue or they need to fuck off. That's like those are the main things right now. So this video for the most part was a response to Busyworks Beats and them explaining their platform. Busy's made a few videos recently. Most of it doesn't really matter. A couple important things he did though. He gave them ultimatum. They have it until December 12th.
Mind you, this gentleman that he's talking about has also been throwing his panties at Suno.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Damn, Curtis.
Oh, those are also his shoes too. Those are his shoes. That's that nigga's shoes right there. Those bedazzled bees #1. He has been throwing his man bussy. I call him Busyworks Beats for that reason. He has been throwing his bussy at Suno. He's been like, please take it. I can't make music. I need you to take this bussy, is what Busyworks Beats has been saying. So anytime you see them shoes,
Damn, Curtis.
just know that there's his shoes, all right? He has been giving up that boy, oh boy, to any AI company. So now him saying that OpenBeatAi has 24 hours is rich. That's like when you call Trump out on racism and he's like, you've got 24 hours to denounce your racism. This country's for everybody. And you're like, niggas, knock this shit off. Knock this shit off. One more time, though.
Damn, Curtis.
What are those? I ain't never seen no Gucci shoes with bees on them.
To apologize, otherwise he's gonna expose them. Ooh. One important thing he did say though is that the people who apologized should also be removing their videos. So just remember guys, the main issue today,
I think it's really interesting because this is someone who is very calculated. The gentleman we're talking about is very calculated. I think it's really interesting that a week ago, it looked and appeared like he was in cahoots with this OpenAI company, and everybody that he sees as a competitor in the producer space all have to apologize. And he somehow comes out looking like the superhero calling accountability on the company. That is manipulation 101. That's how I'm reading that, at least. So as I see this, I think it's really interesting that anybody that was a competitor of his in this space all have had apologies done. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that way.
is they lied. Next, we'll be talking about the YouTuber responses. Since my video released, DJ Payne has privated his sponsored video from OpenBeatAi, and it appears he's the only one to do so. He also released a video taking accountability, and overall he took accountability pretty well, except for the fact that he put Curtis King's reaction in the thumbnail. It's very strange. For some reason, him and Av both put Curtis King's reaction to my video in the thumbnail. I don't really get it either. Seems like you're trying to obscure the source or something.
It sounds like to me that people probably wouldn't have made as big of a deal of it if I didn't use my platform to react to Weaver's video.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It feels like Weaver has been exposing people for some time now, and he is a thorn in the side of people who want to just be able to do what they want to do and not be criticized for it. He's a thorn in the side, just like I've been a thorn in the side to Spotify's of the world, just like I've been a thorn in the side to a lot of different, the Timbalands of the world. He has been that within the producer community. And it seems like they said, oh shit, was not expecting a guy with 300,000 something subscribers to actually react to this, because he's been out the producer space for 2 years. And I don't say that from no bullying standpoint. I say that from a factual standpoint, and that wrong is wrong no matter what. Now, I left the producer space because it started to get really, really messy. And I started to get attacked from left and right after years and years of pouring my heart and soul and my love into the producer community and making sure that I gave as much game as I could. And I mean game that was real game, not the kind of shit that gets you views, but like making sure producers were stretching, because we spent a lot of time sitting down, like stuff about your mental health, because all these other dudes were just trying to sell you courses and packs. I sold courses and packs, but that wasn't what I led with, right? So, and I don't say this like I'm coming from some altruist point of view. I'm just saying my priorities were always to help people. And so when I did this, I thought it was interesting that they both reacted to my thumbnail, but I'm merely just another human being on YouTube reacting to it. put his face up there. He did the investigative journalism, and I want to make sure I highlight it. It took research. It took work. You got to put your personal feelings aside and say, hey, wrong is wrong. And you did your shit on this one, Weaver. But for whatever reason, they used me. And I guess it's because of the views that it might bring too. I didn't even think about that till now, but boy, oh boy.
Whatever. I personally don't really care. It's just kind of strange. In this video, he is taking accountability for promoting an unethical AI platform, which on its own is admirable. I think people should be willing to forgive him. Overall, it was a decent apology video. One of the things he stated is that I should have reached out to him beforehand. I'm not reaching out to someone to let them know that I'm exposing a platform that they had promoted.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? That was part of the criticism another content producer in this producer space, McCree, said. He said somebody should have called him. Do you know that this gentleman called me while I was getting ready to go to the gym? McCree called me while rolling the cameras.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Nigga, is you the police? Why are you recording a phone call? Are you trying to get an aha moment? And something told me, I was getting ready to go to the gym. I was drinking my pre-workout, getting ready to leave and go to the gym. And I seen that call come in at 7 o'clock. First of all, nigga, I don't want to talk to McCree at 7 in the morning. I barely want to hear my own voice at 7. But the last person I want to talk to at 7 in the goddamn morning is McCree. Let's talk about some OpenAI. I don't want to talk about OpenAI. But he called me on a recorded line, which is insane because he hasn't even got through apologizing for the people that are saying you are promoting a scam called OpenAI. You haven't even got that part done yet. Do you understand that calling somebody in California on a recorded line without disclosing it is actually illegal too?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You can't even stay around enough to take accountability and apologize before doing something else that is legally sketchy, which is calling somebody on a recorded line as you make a YouTube video. What are you doing? We didn't get to that part yet, but continue.
Why? Because I'd be worried that they may contact the platform before I ever release the video.
Oh, I'm sorry. The point was they wanted him or me to call them before doing reactions or videos on things that are public information. The moment you go live with that video is the moment that it is now live information for people to react to. Nobody has control over anybody else. You put it out into the public. I put this out into the public. Everybody got every right to react to whatever they want to react to. Until I hit that copyright button. I'm just playing. You got every right. But you think somebody finna call you and the question is about your character and who you're aligning with? Why would somebody call you and you're doing things that are looked at as distrustful? Why would anybody call you? Hey, bro, it look like you've been doing some crazy shit. I want to call you just to make sure you're not doing that crazy shit. Look like you've been lying. I'm going to call you to make sure you ain't lying. Like, what a time.
Video. As I was editing this video, Larry O also released an apology, and it was pretty decent for the most part. There are definitely a few notes I have though. Sadly, the original video he posted promoting OpenBeatAi is still up. He didn't mention anything about the money, whether he's giving it back to them or what. I'm assuming he's just keeping the money. Usually, if you apologize for promoting something that you didn't mean to, you give back the money and delete the video. That's usually the way it works, but hey, you know, that's just the way, that's how I would do this, particularly in this situation. He also doesn't mention much about the undisclosed sponsorship, which he was the one person who was 100% busted in this case. Now, McCree.
So before we get to that conversation about Av, I talked to Larry O. I've done business with Larry O. And if you guys remember when I was reacting to that video, my whole face changed because I'm like, dog, that's my twin. That's my dog. Like he of all the people that I have done business with, it has been fair business up and down. Never had no issue with no payments, never no weird stuff, never no subbing, no weird energy. It's just always been very straightforward business, right? So when I seen him a part of this, he's somebody that I think does a good job of strategic alignments with his brand. Larry O does a great job, and Larry don't bother nobody. He don't get in the middle with no drama. He focuses on the work at hand. And if he sees a product that a sponsor hits him up about that he likes, he'll do a story about it and keep it moving. But for the most part, Larry always been about the people, and I highly respect my guy. So I didn't get to see his apology just yet. I would definitely checking it out here soon. But I actually talked to him, man, and he definitely, it's a new space for him to be in. But I got all the faith that he's doing all the things that need to be done to, have full transparency.
His response was a complete mess. It may be one of the worst responses to any situation I've ever seen. He's apologizing, but it doesn't appear that he knows what he's apologizing for. I think he just saw DJ Payne apologize, and he's like, I better apologize too. I also better put Curtis King's reaction in the thumbnail. Why?
Hold on.
I better apologize too. I also...
You elderly Ninja Turtle in the face ass nigga. What would make you take a photo like this for an apology video, a sincere apology video? What would make your elderly teenage mutant Ninja Turtle in the face ass do this? This is condescending. You are treating this shit like it's a YouTube. Oh no, did you guys see this plugin? This is an apology video? How could you be this disconnected? That nigga said, take one. I snap one. Nah, it don't look sorry enough. Do it again.
Damn, Curtis.
That nigga's a human emoji. The fuck are you doing? This is the thumbnail you choose for your apology video? And you not even directed it in the direction of the person who was exposing you. You gave it to me. Oh yeah, 6'7". What are we doing? Calling me at we might have to go right to that video. Nigga called me at 7 in the morning to talk about producer shit. Nigga, I'm finna hit the gym. Drinking pre-workout. Stretching. This nigga wanna chat. You wanna waffle on the phone.
Better put Curtis King's reaction in the thumbnail. Why? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I guess at the very least we should be thankful he didn't pull out a ukulele and start humming during the video. This may be the first apology video I've seen where somebody doesn't know what they're apologizing for. Also, I don't think he meant the apology at all either. Well, first of all, because he doesn't know what he's apologizing for. But secondly, because he immediately goes into Bolo's live stream and talks a bunch of shit. I don't think he even saw the video, to be honest. Because during this video, he checks the front end of Suno for files created on OpenBeat, which that is not how this works. Nobody ever said that's how this works. Also, he stated I was making up stuff about him not disclosing sponsorships or something. I don't even know. I honestly don't even know.
So in his apology video, which we can go look at a clip from, his apology video consisted of him doing everything to dodge the apology in the 15 minutes or whatever that video is. He even starts it off deflecting the entire way through. And I'm sorry, that just reeks of somebody who is guilty. And it reeks of somebody that wasn't expecting to get caught. You're not making it easier on yourself by acting that way. And then after your half-hearted apology for you to jump on somebody else's live stream and get to talking crazy about Weaver Beats simply for bringing up the truth, but then get to talking crazy about me, do you know that this gentleman went on his video and pulled up pre-pandemic videos and said, I think this is why Curtis reacts to the video. This nigga said, I think this is why, I think, all right, hear me out, hear me out, my Ninja Turtle ass, hear me out. I think Curtis has been mad since 2017, where like, when I exposed him one time and then we was laughing at him, and it was this nigga has pre-pandemic videos playing in a video that is supposed to be an apologies for some shit you did last week, nigga. The fuck? Who brings up, what are you explaining? This shit is so weird. How do you apologize at the same time and then be like, but by the way, this is why he doing this. So you apologize and then expose it in the same video? Boy, oh boy, it's getting nasty out here.
The video, there's a bunch of rambling in this.
Oh yeah, that's him. That's him holding up my number. Oh, elderly Ninja Turtle and Turtle's in the chat. Oh, elderly, what are you holding up a phone with my? So I let y'all know I got Curtis King number. This me calling him right now. This me call. He ain't picking up. I thought producers made beats. Why is my phone number or name saved inside of this video? Interesting.
Video, he mentions Curtis King and tries to call him. Very bizarre stuff. Probably top 10 most bizarre videos I've ever seen on YouTube. Anyways, I actually proved dead to rights that he did not disclose the sponsorship in this video. One of the videos I talked about, he did not disclose the sponsorship. He also has another video that's sponsored where he doesn't state it in the video, but in the description, it says sponsored in parentheses. I don't think that counts as proper disclosure when you have to open the description box. And
for those who missed it, whenever you do a sponsored video, whenever one of your favorite characters or your favorite YouTubers do a sponsored video, FTC has a rule that says that if you do not disclose that it is a sponsored video and you mislead people and you don't disclose it's a sponsorship, you could accrue fines of up to $53,000. Well, Curtis, how often do they do that? Well, it actually happened to Kim Kardashian, who had to pay millions because she literally did not disclose that she is doing a ad in the video and people went and bought a product in good faith. You have to disclose that. It's not not like when you do that, that makes it look even more deceptive because it looks like, oh man, if I say sponsorship, people are going to click off. But if I just do it and just don't say anything at all, they'll stay there thinking that I'm putting them on game. That shit is misleading. It's manipulative. But what would you expect from the guy calling me at 7 a.m. on a recorded line? You are not a bill collector.
We're to find out that the video is sponsored. That's too many steps. Now, in that video, he says he did not take any money, but he did not mention his relationship with the original company creator. He talks about Studio Linked in this video and how he's known him for years.
Me and Evan go way back. Evan.
Elderly now Ninja Turtles, elderly in the face the turtles, elderly in the face the turtles, turtle with a half beard, turtle power.
Used to have a company called Studio Linked, and Studio Link has,
I like that song. I'm gonna come back to that for the record.
Made plenty of plugins that were for the hip hop space exclusively, and they were good plugins that I have purchased with my own money, as well as them sending me a free product.
He sound like somebody that lying through that motherfucking teeth. Whatever teeth is left, he lying through them motherfucking. He's lying.
Damn, Curtis.
So what had happened was they sent me a text message, and when they sent me the text message, do you follow? They got a text message back, and I said confirmed.
So that you guys know,
lying.
I don't have a problem with disclosing stuff.
No, this is exactly the kind of stuff I'm talking about in ad disclosure. You need to mention your relationship with the company. The stuff he's mentioning in this video should have been mentioned in the original video, at least to some degree. Any relationship you have with the company should be mentioned. That way people understand that you didn't just find this app out of nowhere and start using it. They need to know that you've been in contact with the creator of this for, I don't know, 7+ years, and that you're promoting it for free because of that. You also stated I
didn't think about that as well. You disclosing that you have a relationship with the with somebody who used to work at a different company, who's now working at a new company, right? Who, if you have a relationship, you're a bit incentivized to want to say good things about their new product because you're in good standing with them. You not getting paid for this sounds insane, and I highly doubt that you didn't get paid for this, especially if this is a friend of yours that you say that it is. But you disclosing your friendship makes it seem even more like you did this in bad faith. It makes it seem like even more. You were like, yeah, of course, you my dog since Studio Link. Why in the hell would I not do this for you? And I don't think he understands how, nigga, we can see you. We can see you. We can see you. Through all that clamoring and all that boom howling, we can see you.
Reach out to him. Yeah, I'm not going to reach out to you about a platform that I was planning to expose for lying when you've been talking to the person for 7 years.
And then why would he not, Weaver, to your point, why would he not then, if you called him, let's say the scenario worked out like this, where you called McCree and McCree's like, damn, that's crazy, bro. I'm glad you gave me the heads up, man. Like, yeah, I got to fix some things. What would make him not call? Because he don't like Weaver Beats. These folks don't be liking Weaver Beats because he be exposing them. Why would he then say, I'm going to keep this information to myself and I'm not going to share it with anybody? Why would you not share it with your friend of 7 years that worked at Studio Link that is now doing this business? Why would you not? You got to let him know. And if he did that, people would have not seen OpenBeatAi with their hand caught in the cookie jar because it would have fixed all that. Fixing it is not the issue. It's what would possess you to think that that's okay to begin with.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
The apology, awesome, shows accountability for some people. McCree didn't really want to show that. Cool, but there still remains the question, why did you think it was okay to do it to begin with? That's why some people don't believe in apologies, they believe in change behavior. That's not the way to go about it. You got people that trust in you. You got people who are right now looking for things that can improve upon their music, and they're trusting you with their dollars. Now, they have to take accountability for that, but that is not in good faith.
I've talked to you a handful of times in my life. I'm sorry. I'm not trusting you like that. Next, Bolo did a live stream response, and I don't think he really understood the video to begin with, because I think he thinks I'm just against AI in general, and this was about unethical AI.
So the last one, he didn't really speak too much on this one, but this gentleman right here, Bolo Beats, who I've had the opportunity of following his content. I've had the opportunity of meeting him in person at NAMM. NAMM's going to be really interesting this year. Let's see. I had the opportunity of meeting him. Cool as the other side of the pillow. He's a cool ass dude. He's real chill. He's real peace. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. He actually is the producer of the song, Now Watch Me Whip. Now watch me, nay. Oh, watch me whip, and watch me. He produced that song. So obviously he has done so well for himself in his music industry, plus many other songs. In this live stream with Weaver Beats, I don't think he made things better because he wanted to come up there and kind of give some clarity of where he's at with it. Weaver Beats asked him a question about like, yo, so now that we have this out there in the atmosphere about OpenBeatAi, and how risky it can be to align yourself to something like this, are you going to be more selective about the companies that you do business with? Bolo said, no. He said, no. He said, to be honest with you, I get my money off of publishing. And mind you, this is not a direct quote, but he says, I get my money off of publishing. And he said, this YouTube shit, I kind of do this as kind of like, just a side thing. It's for fun. The only issue, right, Bolo? And I would tell Bolo this too. The only issue is that some people are not here for fun. And they use your word as if that is the word about topics regarding music production. So if you say something, if you suggest something, even if you're trolling or just throwing something out there, your lack of care doesn't stop their dedication of care and passion to following the words that you share with them because they feel like you're there for a reason. But he straight up said, I'm not vetting nobody. He said, I don't got time to vet nobody. I don't got time to vet nobody. I don't care about that. I make my money over in publishing, which is not the first person I've heard say this, but saying it in this environment was a bit surprising.
Response, and I don't think he really understood the video to begin with, because I think he thinks I'm just against AI in general, and this was about unethical AI. Now, this is the funniest fucking part. So you guys may remember My Guy Mars, aka Hi Guy Mars, aka zoinked out of his mind because he's smoking the Zaza Kush and not doing the thing he was supposed to be doing in the video, which was explaining the way they are training their algorithm.
So to give you context, I don't know if he's going to show it in this video. In the first video he did exposing all of this, Weaver Beats went to the website for Openbeat.ai, and he went to that part where he said, here's the ethical ways that we're training training the music that we're generating here, right? And so people probably didn't even see it because it was so small at the bottom of the page. He clicks on that to see what's an example of the ethical training they're doing, because at least they're offering transparency, right? More than Suno's willing to offer. He goes down there and clicks on it, and it goes to a landing page. And on the landing page is an Instagram post from My Guy Mars, who, by the way, we've interviewed My Guy Mars on this channel, and we gave him all kind of roses for his production for Maya, his production for Nipsey Hussle, his production with 1500 or Nothing. Like, if you go back to the interview, it didn't perform as well as I was hoping it would, especially because I was like, y'all need to know who this is. But nonetheless, it was a pretty productive conversation. So it surprised me not to see him align with this company, because you got to get your money how you get your money, right? That's what you do. That's what you do. And you're in the industry. What surprised me wasn't that. What surprised me was that when you go to that landing page that showed the ethical use of AI, it was literally an Instagram post that he put on his own Instagram of him just sitting back in his chair, playing a beat and just blowing clouds. Now, is that his fault that they put that as a video on the landing page? No. But that shows nothing when it comes to ethical uses of AI. That's it. It was literally him sitting there blowing smoke in the air. And that's what they used to show that there was ethical. No, you think your customers are a joke. You think the producers that use this are a joke. Because why else would you post that up there and think that that's appropriate to show that that's ethical uses of AI when people are concerned about this? They want to be able to be ahead of the technology, but they don't want to give everything away. And you got a dude just on there, like, I know he's not just a dude, but it's like you got this gentleman on there just smoking. So Weaver Beats went and said, like, damn, you got a dude that's just zoinked out. Well, My Guy Mars did not like that. He didn't like that at all. As a matter of fact, he got pretty aggressive about the way that he reacted to it.
Yeah, this guy DM'd me a cease and desist that was most likely generated with ChatGPT and said I'm not allowed to call him zoinked, and also that I'm not allowed to talk about him. Sorry, dude, that's not how it works.
For anybody who's ever seen them videos where you know them people, them amendment people, they be like, how you doing? What are you recording me for? Huh? What are you recording? Do you respect my HIPAA laws? You can't record me. I know the law. I know the law. For anybody who's watched enough of them videos, right? I watch a few of those. My wife loved those. Anybody who's watched those, you know, the moment you leave your house, you ain't got no damn rights of privacy. The moment you leave your house, you're passing by businesses with cameras on a regular basis. There ain't no privacy. You ain't got no, I need you, liquor store, take my Target, take my picture off of there right now, or I'm going to call the police. Call the police. They're going to tell you how stupid you are, right? So in this situation, he wants him to take down what he said about him being zoinked, even though he's literally smoking in the video. So I don't know if it's a reaction out of embarrassment. I don't know if it's a reaction out of whatever the case may be. But I would expect somebody like that with that kind of respect in the industry, because he's a respectable name in the industry. I would expect that person to maneuver a lot differently, because sending a cease and desist through a DM? Nah.
Then this is even weirder. So you know how on Instagram you have those little groups that you can create? He has a group with 1.6 thousand people in it, and he told everyone to go mass report my video. Sadly, I think he spams this group too much, because all I got was one comment and maybe a few reports. Look at the comment of this guy crashing out over another man.
Wait a minute. So he DM'd a cease and desist to Weaver Beats, when his email is probably on his YouTube like everybody else. He DMs him a cease and desist. And then because he has so much faith in that cease and desist, He then puts it into a group message for them to go basically attack it in hordes. I don't know if he was the one that came up with it, but it sounds a lot like BusyWorks Beats to me.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Give me just a second to show you something really quick. Give me just a second to show you something really quick. I just thought about this as I was reacting. This wasn't even part of the actual conversation. But let me pull this up real quick. So the guy that I told you had been harassing for some time now. Some years ago, Mr. BusyWorks Beats would tweet about my business. He would tweet about me on nonstop, ladies and gentlemen. And it got to the point where I just ignored him. And so what did he do? He got on his Discord and he sent messages like this. He says, his live stream is pushed because Curtis King is over his time slot waiting for him to end his DIY speech. Curtis King is talking live right now, taking calls on Zoom. Best troll gets a prize. Here's the live link and the Zoom link. Now, mind you, I've had live streams, and I'm not going to put this on him, but I've had live streams where I brought people on and a man revealed his thing on a live stream. Now, I'm not going to put that on him, but I'm saying that's the kind of behavior that this encourages. Then when he got caught, he went back into the Discord and said, Tank really made the block hot in Curtis King's server. Why? Now they're debating keeping me there. So he's reporting back all this information to them. And this all stems from this guy losing a beat battle in 2020. And I mean, he got belt to ass. And this is what he's been on. So like a deranged ex almost, the guy puts threads together to try to discourage or try to take my brand down. I've talked to lawyers also about this harassment. I've talked to them about the defamation and all these things that go along with this because he's made some defamatory statements. The man started, this is what he did in the interview that had nothing to do with him. Just constant comments. And I didn't say anything to the guy. I overlooked him and I said, thank you for having me on. So, yeah, when I see that kind of behavior of let's spam the video, I'm sorry, that looks a lot coded like BusyWorks Beats. And that's not all I got, but let's get back to this video.
Anyways, that is the update on everything thus far. This situation's a complete mess. If you want to check out all these responses and screenshots, it'll all be linked down in the description. If there are any further updates with this hell of a story, I will put it in the pinned comment down below. I may do a few live streams like reacting to any sort of responses and whatnot. I'm personally sick of this story at this point. It's only been a week and I'm completely sick of this story. But if you want to like tune in to any of the live streams or whatever, or just tune in them in general, make sure you turn on notifications to the channel.
There it is. Shout out to Weaver Beats one time. You're doing amazing work, man. You're doing amazing work. You're doing amazing work. It's so insane. There existed a time period where this would be too much for me to cover because I'd be too emotionally invested. I would be calling people out their names and da-da-da-da. I would say I'd be acting irrational and emotional. I have no emotions for this conversation today but disappointment. That's the strongest one because that producer community deserves better. That producer community deserves better. You got people who 90% of them are likely never going to achieve the success of their favorite producers. And maybe 80% of them will never achieve the success of their favorite YouTubers, right? And it's not about selling them dreams. It's about helping them to amplify whatever it is that they have goals to achieve. That whole conversation about what's a reality is all upon them at some point because they're the ones that got to wake up and do the work and put foot to pavement. However, it is so disappointing to see that producer space, content-wise, and I've been watching, I've been looking at, Weaver's been one of the ones that I've been paying most attention to. It is unfortunate to see that the views have all gone down, and I pivoted for a reason. I saw this coming. The views have gotten down so much, which means the revenue has gotten down so much. The engagement has went down. A lot of these folks have went over to TikTok. A lot of these folks have went on to become people themselves, right? So I know that means the sponsorships are down, because where's the money going to come from? So now that the sponsorships are down, anybody with some money has an opportunity to reach some of these producers. And I think somebody took advantage of that vulnerability. And I don't say that to help any producer escape accountability. I just say, I pray that those of you that have an audience understand, no matter what them numbers look like, no matter what them views, if they decline and if whatever they doing, right? I hope you understand the responsibility that you have. You're not their parent. You don't have to hold their hand, but these people trust in you. And when those people trust in you, it's going to hit even harder when they see you do something that they have to debate in their mind. Is it distrustful? Because then I got to question your character. In the process, though, I'm going to just say I'm not the one that you want to have these conversations with. I know you too well. Things are in a very blessed position right now. You elderly in the face Ninja Turtle ass nigga DJ Av McCree. Leave it alone. Either apologize and move on, or just leave it alone. DIYers, these are my thoughts. What are those? DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Stop being greedy. Peace.